Hello Photography Club! I'm just about to show you a tutorial on how to take your green screen image and place that subject into a background of your choice. So here I've taken a green screen image of a puppy dog and I've put him into this ocean view background. Now before we start, I would recommend that you use your computer at home, but if you don't have access to a computer, you can still use the touchscreen version from the App Store. Just download GIMP, and you will probably have to pinch and zoom to see the settings, and you will have to click on the little logo down there, the little GIMP logo, and that will bring you to the full version of this where you can do all the same things that I'm doing. I'll show you how to do that in class if you're confused about it, or I will post a picture to the website under the review section, where this video will also be located. So, to start out, the first thing you're going to do is open your image. So, we'll click open, and here I'm just going to click on green screen pup image and open it. And here it is over here. I'm just going to get rid of this guy, and here we go. Zoom this in. Here we go. And so here's my image. I'm just going to change the percentage to 200 down here so that I can see my image a little bit better. And now I'm going to first make sure that I have all of my pop-up boxes here. So the layers, channel, and toolbox. If you don't, just go to Windows and you can click on them here, layers, channels, and toolbox. And you click on that and it will pop up like so. Anyhow, I'm going to go into the layers box. It might be connected to your channels box by default, but I've pulled mine out here. And you're going to right click on your green screen image. I believe it's double tap on the touchscreens, but I'll have to walk around and double check with you. So you're going to right click and you're going to go down to add alpha channel. This is very important. Make sure you have your alpha channel, otherwise when you get rid of the green screen background you'll be left with white instead of a see-through background, and this will not work. So again, right click, add alpha channel, which I've already done, and then you're going to go over here to your toolbox and click on the select by color tool. It might have three little color bars if you've downloaded a different version of GIMP, but when you hover over it should say select by color tool or color selection tool. Not to be confused with the color picker tool. That's a different tool. Make sure it's the color, so select by color tool. Click on that, and you're going to click on the green part of your image, and then you're going to click edit and cut. Now you can see you're left with an image of your subject, and you'll notice that there's a green outline around your subject, most likely. Now here it's very obvious, some it might be less obvious. To get rid of that, you're going to go to select, and then you're going to click invert, and then you're going to select again and click shrink. Now, the amount that you shrink the image by, the amount that you click shrink by is going to depend on how much green is there and how large of the quality image that you've uploaded. So you want to make sure that you've selected the largest possible size for your image and that you've selected the highest quality. That will give you the most clarity when you're editing, and just ensure that you have a crisp image in the end. So here I'm going to shrink by 2 for now. I can always come back and do this again further, maybe by 0.5 the second time if necessary. Okay, so you're going to click shrink and then click OK, and you'll notice that that outline has now gone to the puppy and left the green on the outside. Next, you're going to need to click select again and click invert this second time. So It's important to do that the second time, click invert, because if you don't, then you're going to end up deleting your subject. So this puppy would be gone. But that's not what's going to happen since we've clicked invert the second time. And we're going to go and cut again. And voila, our green is gone. For the most part. We've got a little bit in here and we've got a little bit down there. But that's okay. We're going to fix that now too. So we're just going to go and click the select tool again. Click none. So that gets rid of our selection. I'm just going to zoom in again to about 400%. There we go. Don't worry about the blurriness. It's not going to look like that at the end. So now I'm going to click on the eraser tool and we're going to actually reduce the size because that's too large. So I'm going to put it to about, let's say 5. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, you might want to make it slightly smaller if you're not used to using this tool. There you go. So once you've gotten rid of that green, you're just going to select kind of close to the edges. You don't really want to delete the subject, just the green around the edges here. So if you need to make your tool smaller to do that, then that's good too. If you're on a touch screen, you might want to take your time with this because it can be tricky and you might want to zoom in. It might also be, I'm not sure if it's a double tap or if it's just a select on the touch version. I can't remember, it's been a while. And once you've selected, once you've erased all of the green that you can, you are going to, let me just get rid of this. Yep. So once you've gotten rid of all of that green like so, you're then going to add your background image. So what you're going to do is click File, Open as Layers, and then you're going to go in and find your background, which you should have saved. So here I've done the beach. And click open. It just takes a minute. It might say convert the image to RGB. I would convert it. You need to convert that if it pops up. It might not pop up for you depending on the image that you've selected. So do that. Now don't freak out. I know that the puppy has disappeared, but he's not gone forever, okay? He's just over here and he's below the background image, which is a problem. So what we're going to do is take that layer and drag it above, and now the puppy's on top. Now, you'll notice that, and this might be great for some of you, this is good enough, the puppy's here, but he's a little bit, even though he's crisp, he's a little bit rough around the edges and not quite as naturally blended. So the way we're going to do that is fix that is by selecting the blur/sharpen tool. So it should be the blur if it's a teardrop. If it's not looking like a teardrop, then that means that you've got the sharpen tool, which probably looks like a triangle on this version. But I'm gonna leave it as the blur tool. So for this, I've left the opacity at 100. If you want to blur a little bit less, you can change the opacity to a lower number. Or you can also make the hardness higher or lower. I'm leaving mine at about 50%. Same with force. So I am going to change my brush size to, oops, that's a huge number, to about 10. So here's my brush. I'm just gonna go around the edges and just kind of smooth out, make him look a little bit more blended to the background. Now it may look blurry from here, but when I zoom out, this is at 400%. So just remember, it's not going to look the same when you zoom out. Now I'm only blurring just a bit, just to kind of make it not look so sharp and jaggedy around the edges here. and just makes him look a little bit more naturally placed in the photograph. So I'm just going around the edges like that. Maybe not every part, just some. Maybe down here a little, just very faintly. That part's fine. Just say around here. The ear's pretty good. Don't want to do too much. Okay, and oh, maybe just this tiny part at the top here. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back out to 100% and check what I did. If I want to go backwards, I can always Control Z. But as you can see, the puppy looks a lot more naturally blended to the photo. He just looks like he belongs there. He doesn't look like he's just been copied and just thrown in. So there we go. We've got our image, and the last thing you need to do is just right click on the top image of that puppy here in the layers box and just go down to, where is it? Merge down. So now you've made it become one image instead of two. And then you're going to go File, Save As, and make sure you save it as something different than you first added it as. So I'm going to say number 4, and then I would end up clicking Save. However, that's not what I need to do because I've already saved it. So thank you for watching the tutorial. Feel free to ask questions. You can find this in the review section of the website. I will post it tomorrow, and you can follow along as you wish. And I will also answer any questions by email or in person during the club tutorial. Okay, have a great day, everyone. Good luck with your photographs, and I look forward to seeing them. Don't forget to send them in to me. Bye-bye.